Deployments disclosed by the Pentagon in recent days will surge thousands of U.S. troops toward Israel. I love how they keep saying toward, projecting expansive military strength in the region as American diplomats race to prevent the war in Gaza from erupting into a broader conflict. The moves include the deployment of 2 U.S. aircraft carriers and their associated escort ships, hauling some 15,000 personnel combined. The repositioning of an amphibious task force made up of about 4,000 Marines and sailors, and undisclosed increases to fighter squadrons already arrayed throughout the Middle East. Another 2,000 support troops have been put on alert and told they should be ready to go within days. The move follows Hamas's stunning cross-border attack on October 7th. This we all know. Now, I feel like the reporting we got on this one was putting the cart before the horse, and I think it was intentional. They're saying it's not an aircraft carrier strike group, it's 2. So an additional deployment. They keep saying in the media they're being deployed towards Israel. They're being sent to the Mediterranean just outside of the conflict.
Right.
And they're saying the Pentagon is preparing them to actually go on the ground. I was worried about this last week when they reported U.S. hostages were taken. I said, that's usually the United States sending in ground troops, special forces or something to go in and make those rescue. Gaza is not Iran, so it's more likely something like this could happen. But the reporting we got the other day was that 2,000 troops were being prepped to be deployed just outside Israeli waters. Now the Washington Post is telling us actually 19,000 personnel already there,
right,
with 2,000 more being prepped to go and potentially into the country. Yeah, with the news that they tried storming the Israeli embassy, this is all happening right now. There's a bunch of conflicting reports. Hospital being bombed. The meeting between Biden and Jordan's being canceled now. It seems like war is.
I think they're afraid.
It's on.
They're afraid to say war. You know, like everyone. No one wants to say, I want to de-escalate. I don't want war.
Netanyahu said war. He said war outright. He declared war on Saturday. Right. We also had Hezbollah, which is the Lebanese terrorist group. They called for an unprecedented day of anger tomorrow, globally, for jihadis everywhere.
Yep.
In response to Biden's visit to Israel.
Yeah, they're saying war.
They're saying war. Well, Hezbollah is saying war. And you also have Hezbollah and Hamas are backing each other, even though one is Shia and one is Sunni. But they hate the Jews in America more than they hate each other.
So the big concern is right now, we have this reporting from ABC News. Biden has departed for Israel and canceled the Jordan summit. I believe. I don't know exactly why. Let's actually just pull this up and see what the latest development is. They say Israel, at least 1,400 people have died, 3,400 have been injured. Israeli forces launched airstrikes. This we know. Conditions are getting worse. And I'm wondering if there's the hospital strike. It doesn't seem he's departing for Israel, but it's not explaining. Do we know why the Jordan meeting was canceled? My concern is that there's thousands. These videos, thousands of people. I don't want to call them protesters because it's more serious than that. They're not quite rioting though. But I wonder if this is the reason why Joe Biden is saying we can't have this meeting, or if it's because the Jordanian government was like, that's it. The strike on this hospital is too much for us. We're not having this.
We don't want the liability of the U.S. president here.
I think it's the former. And one of the things that's striking here to me is, why would you announce that you're going to Israel? As the president of the United States, they're in war right now. Why would you do that where we got 2 strike carrier groups moving in? We have escalation all around the borders of Israel right now with Jordan, Lebanon, and so on and so forth. And now you're going to announce as the president of the United States that you're going to go to Israel, where Hezbollah obviously has the capacity to be able to reach Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, so on and so forth, with any type of
Hamas and Hezbollah.
Yeah, Hamas and Hezbollah. It just seems like a terrible situation.
CNBC is saying that Jordan canceled the summit because of the bombing of a hospital in Gaza.